All right, hello everybody. It has been a couple months, about 2 months since been out at the property. I traveled for a couple months in Spain and back at it, starting to get back to work. So project for today is our workshop. So had this series going out, got the exterior build somewhat done. Still have quite a bit to do on it, but you know, it's dried in, so that's what's important. And now let's get the inside done.
New world where everyone is sacred, every life accounted for. Grow your garden, find your tribe, let your heart's burning side move your body towards the light.
Alrighty, so before I left for Spain, I basically got this whole shop built in 3 weeks by myself, which is pretty cool, but it was a lot of work and I just did not have time to actually get everything nice and organized, so everything just got thrown in here and it is a mess and a nightmare to deal with. So I'm gonna start by just pulling some stuff out. What's tough right now is we're in monsoon season, so it's hard to pull stuff out and then just hope that it doesn't rain, because it's raining most nights. And yeah, it's time to start on this mess. I think kind of the loose layout is this bench is gonna go outside. So we'll have a nice big open area for assembly work, stuff like that. And then this entire wall and this entire wall are getting covered with French cleats, which I already have cut. You can see kind of this rock wall here. This sticks out right now probably 18 inches, and I'll probably extend out a little shelf. I don't exactly know how I'm gonna build this yet, but I'll figure it out. And basically have one long bench from one end to the other. We'll eventually plumb in the output of that so all the dust shoots outside instead of making a mess in the shop. And then I've got a couple lockers that are outside. I think I'm gonna put those here in the back. I think I want to keep this side fairly open and just have the tools on the French cleat wall. I do have a lot of these lockers and stuff like that. I don't know what they're going to be used for yet. Kind of the goal of this interior is to spend as little money as possible and just use what I have, because I have a ton of scrap. Alrighty, I got the first section up. This will continue all the way down and then probably all along this side too, but it looks so good. I'm so excited. I built this just real quick as a test sort of thing, but you can see kind of how our little cleat back there locks in. The one tricky thing with this is I'm gonna have to make sure that I make these cleats long enough to hit the pallets, but they're pretty locked in there good. I mean, this has got a decent chunk of tools on it. And so, yeah, I'm gonna start the goal is to kind of get the space here as empty as possible and being able to put stuff up on the wall. Good morning, everybody. So you can see what I did yesterday was got one side of the French cleat wall up. I'm very excited about that. I started making just a couple of quick tool holders. This is probably not stuff that's going to be permanent, but it's just stuff that, you know, I'm able to get it up real quick and start getting things organized, so that way once we start actually using the shop, I can actually kind of set it up how I want to set it up. But for now, the idea is just get it functional, and then as time goes on, you know, I'll build little custom things for everything. So I was looking at the weather report, and we're not really supposed to have rain till about 4 or 5 p.m. today, but I really want to see that test pond work. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work on this side and pull all my tools out, because if I do that, I'm guaranteeing that it's going to rain, because as soon as you pull all your nice stuff out, it's going to rain. I'm going to have to put it all back. I've kind of got a loose layout in mind of what I want to do. I'm going to expand this shop just a little bit, and eventually, and as you saw, it worked so well with our first collapsed greenhouse. We have a second one over there that's just a frame, so I think I want to bring that over here at some point and try again on that Ferrocement to get it to be like lumber storage and stuff that, like, I'm not worried about if it gets stolen, like no one's gonna mess with it. Okay, so I kind of started pulling some stuff out and then realized it would make more sense to actually make a plan and figure out where stuff's going before I do anything else. So I think what we're gonna do is get all the cleats installed. So got this wall done. I'm gonna do a section of this wall here with what I have left, and then the idea is that from here over is going to be some shelving that I'll end up building for more like big bin stuff. So we work on stuff all over the property, and it's nice like to just have a big box full of like our plaster stuff, or a big box full of our, you know, whatever. And so that way I can have some bins over here. I can also use that for like our bigger tool storage, so like our welder. And then I've got the large locker. It's going to go in this back corner. My hope is that I can end up moving all of our solar stuff over here. So having that big metal locker that has an extra lock on it. This is more inside. It's not as insulated as I would want it to be, but is what it is for now. Alrighty, so I got our other wall up, so this gives us in total 24 linear feet, and then I don't know what that is, 3.5 and probably 5.5 feet on this side. Wall space, you can see I started making some little tool holders and just quick stuff. I'm sure these won't be permanent, but I actually do really like this one. This is just a towel hanger. So I'm gonna keep an eye out at the thrift stores for those, because this is kind of nice to just have all those lined up like that. My next step is I got all these wire bracket shelves. You can see I already made a couple, and I'm going to get all these mounted, or get mounts put on all of them. I think I found these at a scrapyard for about $3 a piece. Alright, wrapping up for today. Got everything back inside. What I've been working on, got our last cleat wall up, and got a bunch more of these little shelf hangers made. These guys, little magnet holder things. This is out of, I said, really like these because you can just take them off, move them around, put them back up. Real nice and easy. We're working on this here. This is, got these little storage bins, Harbor Freight, like $15, and I'm just mounting them to a board, mounting that to a French cleat, and so one of the joys of doing earthwork monsoon season is racing to get back home and get unloaded before the monsoon storms come in. So yeah, we're in monsoon season, and we just had a pretty good rain. I mean, maybe it was probably less than an inch, and this is what we got going. Our basement's a swimming pool. That's a lot of fun. I'm not worried about this. Like, this happened before. It dried out in like a day. Those bags are fine. They're plastic. It's all dirt. It's all concrete. Like, it's all gonna dry out. And actually, one of the positive things is we haven't been doing really like tamping and compacting all this dirt. So actually all this water's helping out a lot because it's all getting compacted. So So this is the exciting shot of our rain from probably a ½ inch. I don't know, maybe an inch, but not a lot. So if you're ever camping in the desert, traveling in the desert, never drive across something like this. Never camp in something like this. And if you hear a rumble, get the hell out of the wash.